What is going on? What is going on, Foodie Gang? Foodie Gang. You are tuned in to Kitchen Talk with Chef Big. And hit the like button on your way in, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and keep the stove on. Okay, y'all. Been resting today. Woke up late. I am here now. We are here now. Okay, it's gonna be an action-packed show. We're gonna talk about Yella Beezy gets bond reduced, Signal app leak, and a volcano in Alaska is ready to erupt. Okay, like I said, I am running behind, so let me get some things fixed, and I'm gonna fix this black banner. I don't like that color. How is everybody doing tonight? Okay, so last night we got back in the ooh, that one's way too bright. Okay, last night we got back in the kitchen and we cooked. And I did not have time to edit the picture before we got here, but I'm gonna be posting that later on today. What we made was I don't like that one. Is that a bright? That's like a highlighter yellow. What we made was tortellini pasta with a lemon butter sauce, and it was delicious. Okay, let's see how this one works. Okay, we're changing it to yellow, and shout out to StreamYard. If any of you guys want to set up on StreamYard, my referral code is in the video description. And with StreamYard, what you're able to do is to what do they call it? Cross posts. So we are on Facebook and YouTube today. When I first started this segment, I was gonna only do it on YouTube, but a lot of people that live in Alaska are on my Facebook, not my YouTube. And so because we're talking about the volcano in Alaska, I wanted to share this one with you guys through Facebook. Um, okay. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read the disclaimer and just give me a second to kind of pull up a couple of different windows. And I have some videos that I'm going to share with y'all. I have some videos I'm going to share with you guys. I'm going to talk. Hey, Angela. Angela, be honest with me. Do you like the set? Do you like the colors? Is the yellow too bright? Y'all let me know because I can change it from yellow to any color. It's real bright. Okay, Angela, you're just in time. We're just getting started, just getting this baby booted up. And I'm sorry, y'all know I'm always late. If y'all know about the Foodie Gang, y'all know I'm late. But I am going to show up if I have a video plan. I might just be a little bit late. Okay, so did we talk about the Yellow Beezy and Mo3 situation at all on this channel? Let me go back and look real quick. And this is season 3, episode 190. So that means we've had 190 episodes just in this one season. And if you have missed any of the seasons, they're all going to be on my YouTube channel. We did talk about Mo3 and Yellow Beezy. Okay. So there's been a lot going on with that whole situation. Let me get the link posted for that video where we did talk about Yellow Beezy and Mo3. Is it Mo3 or Mo3 or is it both? Every time I say I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Okay, so we did talk about the whole situation. There has been some breaking developments in that situation, and we're gonna and hey, Drip King, what is going on? Okay, Angela said a little too bright for me. Okay, so you guys see the banner that is scrolling across the screen? I can change it to any color. What color do you guys want? I do feel like it is a little bit too bright, and it's like almost like distracting. But y'all, let me know what color I should change it to. And if you what's up, Drip King? If y'all are on YouTube, check out Drip King. And said, do you eat salmon? Yes. Yes, I do. And I've actually made salmon a couple of times on 907 Good Eats. So here is the video where we initially talked about what is going on between Yella Beezy and Mo3. MO3. There we go. I think it's MO3. Okay, this yellow is very bright. Let's see. We're gonna change it around. Let's see what we're gonna change it to. Blue? No, that ain't it. You might just keep it blue. Ooh, I like the purple. Do y'all like the purple? I was trying to make it match the kitchen talk with Chef Big Bang, and that was why I did yellow. But the yellow is let's see. The yellow is so bright. Okay. Okay, what do y'all think about this? Okay. See, I normally have all this set up before I get here, but we running on time today. I don't know what color to do. Okay, what about white? Let's see what the white looks like. Maybe we'll just keep it white. Oh, okay. Angela said the teal is good. Okay, we're gonna go back to teal. And it matters what you guys think because I don't want it to be hard to watch. Okay. I do think the teal is a little bit better. It's not so loud. That yellow was like super, super bright. Okay, so Yellow Beezy had his first appearance in court. I believe it was his first appearance. He appeared in court, and what he appeared in court to do was to get his bond lowered. His bond was set at $2 million. I think 10% of 2 million is 200,000. He, for whatever reason, and honestly, I kind of agree with him, he did not want to pay that. So he went back to court to try to get his bond lowered. And we're not going to play the full court segment. Okay. Angela said, white is good. I like the teal. Yeah, I think either white or teal for the band running across the screen. It has to be white or teal. It can't be the yellow. The yellow was way too loud. So he went back to court to have his bond lowered. Or he went to court to have his bond lowered, and they were trying to get it reduced. And so I have some short videos that we're gonna play on that. But before we get into the content, I'm gonna read to you guys the disclaimer. Okay, you guys. Oh, let me play the video so y'all know what's going on here.
Please hold for a very important message.
Okay, and I want to show you guys what type of tea we're drinking on today. So I got my hot water and honey here. I got my cough drops here that I'm gonna put in the tea. And today we're gonna be drinking chamomile, and I promise I'm not gonna fall asleep on y'all. Okay, there we go. I'm waiting to get the glare out of there. Okay, so I know it doesn't look super bright, but I have a ring light in front of me. And if you're a content creator, I recommend investing in a ring light. They are really great. Okay, so when I was cooking last night, somebody was like, stop talking and get to it cooking part. I'm like, okay, I know. Okay, welcome to 907 Goodies Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang. Please note that the information provided on our channel, including commentary and discussions, is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. Comments and opinions expressed are those of the individuals and not those of 907 Good Eats. While we strive to provide accurate and up-to-date information, We cannot guarantee its completeness, reliability, or accuracy. The use of the information provided on this channel is strictly at your own risk. We, we do not claim ownership of any third-party content featured on our channel. All third-party content is the intellectual property of the respective owners, and we respect their rights. Viewer discretion is advised for all content. Okay, okay. There we have it. There we go with the disclaimer. Okay, and I'm pulling up that video for Yella Beezy in court. Mm, Here we go. Here we go. Okay, and I have two videos I'm gonna share with you guys. One of the videos is when he's actually in court. Another video is King AK-47. Am I saying it right? Am I saying it right, Trauma? Is it King AK-47? You know what I'm talking about. And shout out to Trauma Told You. Great YouTube channel that y'all gotta check out. Subscribe to the channel. He said, hope all is well. Yeah, it is just 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. for me. So far nothing has happened and should nothing happen. And let me get that. Oh, thank you. Okay, and you guys, okay, so I be trying to go on panel shows a little bit more, but I be so busy. But I went on Trauma Told You's YouTube channel the other day and we were just chopping up. I had a good time. I like channels that you can go on to and you don't feel like you're gonna be like, talk too crazy. Cause some of these panel shows, they be talking crazy. And thank you so much, Trauma. I woke up like this. But some of the shows that you go on to are not, you don't feel very like protected. But I was a great he has a great YouTube channel. We was over there chopping it up. Yeah, no, I'm a chef and a journalist now. And the journalist is self-proclaimed, but I like redoing this where we talk about shows. But let me get this video pulled up, y'all. And I got all these windows up. Okay, okay. Yeah, it's a great channel. He's over there doing his thing. And I had a good time. When I first started on YouTube, I went on a couple of shows that were not good. It was like a lot of arguing and just drama. Like it's just certain shows you can go on. Okay, here we go. Okay, so but his bond was 2 million. He went back to court to get it reduced, and we're gonna get right into it.
All right, now to a developing story. North Texas rapper Yella Beezy in court today, accused of killing another rapper. Our Natalie Haddad joins us live now from the courthouse in Dallas. Natalie, a lot of people interested in this story. What happened in court today?
Yeah, absolutely, Janelle. I was sitting in the hearing in that courtroom and every seat was full, every pew, I should say. And again, just mentioned, we just walked out of that courtroom. A judge granted rapper Yella Beezy a lesser bond. This was his.
And a lot of those people, honestly, were probably like YouTubers, podcasters, the news. Some of it may have been family, but what some of these YouTubers will do, they will go to the courthouse and get like live reporting. So there are probably some YouTubers out there in the crowd.
first court appearance. It was all about the bond that he was assigned to him when he was first arrested. Now, Yella Beezy, whose real name is Marquise Conway, he was arrested just last week in a murder for hire plot. So some background for you. Conway was initially given a $2 million bond. His defense team argued he could not afford that, and he needed to be in a position where he could continue to provide for his immediate and extended family. And
Okay, so y'all heard what they said. And then thank you, Angela, so much. She said she just subscribed to Trauma's channel. Thank you so much. You know, we got to support each other. It's so important. I don't know why everyone has like this king of the hill mindset where only one person can make it, as opposed to everybody getting along, working together, and trying to build together. I don't know what's going on with the world, y'all. But it's crazy out here. Um, okay, Trauma, I'm gonna give you the wrench. Let me give you the wrench. Let me put some respect on your name. Let me give you the wrench. Cause we done seen you a couple of times. We've seen you a whole bunch of times. We are locked in. But yeah, I don't know why people don't work together. Okay, so you heard what she said. She said that Yellow Beezy's bond was set at $2 million. He alleged that he didn't have the money and he couldn't pay for it because he had family that he had to take care of. And if the charges that he is fighting are very big. It's a capital murder charge. He is going to need that money to fight that charge. So I think it is understandable why he doesn't want to give them that much money because he's gonna need that money. And Yellow Beezy had that song, "It's on Me, Baby." But he hasn't really had any other hits that I know of. There was one other song that he had, but I can't remember the name. But he hasn't really been making music like that. So he probably don't got that much money. And you know, with the age of social media, we're seeing a lot of like flying, a lot of money and all that stuff. But a lot of these people don't really own all this stuff. They don't really have all these cars. And that's why you see a lot of them going broke, or the IRS will come and take their money back in taxes, throw them in jail. We see seeing a lot going on, a lot of fake stuff out here.
despite the prosecution arguing that Conway could pay a $2 million bond if he wanted to because he lives in a mansion in Frisco and flies in private jets, Conway now returns to jail with a $750,000 bond instead. So it went from $2 million to $750,000. Conway arrested last week, nearly 5 years after the murder of another Dallas rapper, Melvin Noble, known by his rap name MO3. Conway is accused of hiring a hitman who carried out Noble's murder. He faces a capital murder while remuneration charge, and this means that the killing was done for financial gain or reward. Now, back in November of 2020, Noble was shot and killed on I-35 in Dallas. I believe we have seen video of that. He tried to...
She talking fast. Y'all better not say I talk fast no more. She talking fast. This video's like three minutes. She finna get it all out. But yes, this is what occurred. They are alleging that he paid for the hit, and you know, just stay in school, do what you gotta do, stay out the way. Um, you know. Because karma will come back and get you. And he was arrested 5 years later. So he probably thought that in his mind, he got away. He probably thought he got away. Like honestly, he really did. But on M charges, there is no statute of limitations. So you could be 10 years down the road with a whole family and babies, and they coming to get you on this charge. Hey, G Honda, what is going on? G Honda, I was on your page and I was looking. Are you going live today, G Honda? Because I was like, if he go live, I need to be there. And y'all make sure y'all hit the like button and also subscribe to G Honda's YouTube channel as well. But he probably thought that he got away because it's 5 years later. And you know, a lot of times what they start doing is they'll start doing interviews. They'll start doing interviews and talking a lot and kind of like dropping little hints. So 5 years later, he thought he got away, but they said, nope, not today. It is not funny because there is a whole person that lost their life in this situation. And does Yella Beezy have kids? There's kids involved. I believe MO3 had kids. So it's not funny. I don't know why I'm up here laughing, but I think what is funny is like how sometimes people can be so delusional or they get drunk with power and they start thinking that they start getting like this God complex where they think they can play with people's lives and be the shot caller, and you really can't. Okay, so here is the link for Trauma Told You's YouTube channel. He said, thanks for the rent. Y'all please subscribe to my channel. Yes, he be doing some great live streams. He be dropping the link and all that. And Gihanna said no live today. Okay, Gihanna, but I was looking though. And hey, NF, it is so nice to see you back in town. I'm gonna head over to your YouTube channel too, do some supporting. And Gihanna said still doing maintenance on my channel. Ain't that the truth? It is really, really hard to go live and work on content at the same time. It's really, really hard. So here is the link for G Honda's YouTube channel. G Honda be so passionate. um, but yeah, he thought he got away. Oh, there was one comment that I think I missed. That was really good. Okay, G Honda said they're gonna make sure that Yellow Beezy going down for life, and I think what we're seeing a lot of is that they want to make example out of these, celebrities and rappers who think they're above the law. They want to make an example out of you. So they're gonna lock you up and throw away the key. Now, a lot of people are saying that because he's out on bail, what they're really doing is they're gonna watch him and they're waiting for him to mess up so they can lock him back up. And we're gonna see how this all plays out. But this is 5 years later. Homeboy thought he got away, and was real cocky about it. Real cocky. And yes, you definitely connect, support each other, and all that stuff. Let's get back into it and let's see what else she got to say. But this is the highway that MO3 was gunned down in broad daylight. And I also want to say, when you start doing crimes like this, where they're in broad daylight, they're affecting other people, you're starting to like kind of make it bigger than just the hood. Or you're making it like an unsafe city all around. And that's why I predict in the Say So P and Sauce Walker shooting, we are gonna see those people when they find them, they're gonna give them some years. Like, because they gotta make an example out of you. Like, you're not gonna come over here acting reckless and doing all this stuff. And then you want to put it in the music and put it on the internet?
To get out of his car and run, but was gunned down by a man with a rifle. 2 men were arrested in the weeks following his murder and are facing federal charges themselves. But now this case against Conway could reveal details into the hired hitman's payment and the motivation behind the murder. Again, just walked out of the courtroom just a few moments ago. Conway was escorted back to the jail. He was present for the hearing. So we will keep you updated right here on WFAA whether Conway pays that now $750,000 bond. Janelle?
Do you guys know if Yellow Beezy is out and has made the bond? Do you guys know for sure? And he went to court yesterday. So I'm not sure if he's out yet, but it's the same thing with probation and with bail. When you get that, some people say that those like getting bail or being on an ankle monitor or probation are worse than actually doing the time. G Honda said, it's wild how ninjas it's wild how ninjas play right into the woes of societal outlook on Black America, as well as not looking at how the Justice Department only looking to profit off their incarceration rate. And I will never forget this live stream. Gihanna did a live stream talking about the Black genocide and Black on Black crime. And in that live stream, he mentioned prison reform. And he said, I get that you guys want prison reform, but the main thing that you guys need to do is stay out of trouble. It's that simple. Stay out of trouble. And he's absolutely right. Like, we're not saying that the prison system doesn't need to be reformed, but what we are saying is that y'all need to stay out of trouble. And then you don't got to even deal with these people. But I understand, some people say, oh, I wasn't raised right, and y'all got all these excuses. We get it. But stay out of trouble is the best way. And Gihanna said his hearing was yesterday. Yes. Yes, his hearing was yesterday. I don't know if he has made bail yet, but I think I heard that he had another warrant or another case in a different county. So we'll see. And I'm gonna be right here and I'll let y'all know. And Trauma told you gonna tell y'all too. Okay, so this is King AK-47. I'll be watching his live streams, and he also does pre-recorded videos. He be having the facts. So I'm gonna pull up that video. We're gonna check it out and see what he got to say.
Conway, the defendant, being present and involved in this conversation. The state's witness will testify to the amount of money that was to be paid for the murder. A state's witness will testify to the individuals responsible for the payment. That state's witness will also testify that Marquise Conway was one of the individuals responsible for a portion of that payment. A state's witness will also testify to the individual
Why this man was talking so slow, but he was. I don't know what was going on.
who received this payment. The state's witness will testify that Kewan White was, in fact, the individual to receive this payment, who was originally indicted in State's Exhibit Number 1, the probable cause, which is before this court. The state's witness would also testify that Kewan White, or to who shot and killed Melvin Noble. This witness would also testify to Kewan White being the individual who shot and killed Mr. Noble on November 11th of 2020. Again, this conversation took place in the days following Mr. Noble's murder. The state has also had an opportunity.
Okay, and the quote says that investigators say Yella Beezy withdrew $40,000 from his account days after MO3 was killed. The shooter plans to testify against Yella Beezy. Now, when you have someone that's gonna testify and tell it all on you, it's just not good. It's not looking good for Yella Beezy. I'm kind of with G Honda. They finna lock him away forever. I'm kind of with G Honda on that, and it's not looking good.
We need to review bank records of the defendant, Marquise Conway.
I'll tell y'all like this. I don't think Yella Beezy the only one going to jail, man. And this state witness, everybody keeps saying this Keywan White and them, which I'm going to repeat in this video because I had to make this edit before this video started. I don't know who the hell the state witness is. It could be Devin Brown. It could be Keywan White, which I don't know. And it could be somebody whole else. Somebody else going to jail behind this because they said Yella Beezy, one the only one that put up money. Oh, King AK47, Voice of the Streets, man. The King back, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. Yella Beezy done, man. So it was revealed this dude had a $40,000 hit, basically, on Mo3. And that's bare minimum because it could have been more, but in court, this dude, like, y'all don't be thinking, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. If you go do something like this, why don't you withdraw the money months and months and months earlier? So that's how you know it be spur of the moment things that be going on that probably made Yella Beezy like, you get him now. Because when Mo3 get killed, just a couple days later, you withdraw $40,000 from your account. You do know money is documented, right? You do know money can be traced, right? You do.
Everything he said is facts. I was trying to explain this situation to my sister, and she was like, "I don't get it." I said, "What don't you get?" Okay, $40,000 to withdraw it. I thought it was over 10 racks. The IRS was notified, and yes, it is his own money. But if he doesn't have proof that he bought anything totaling that amount, or he doesn't have any proof of where that money went, and you have the guy on the stand that said, "Yeah, he gave me 40 racks," it's gonna be hard to get up out of this, I feel.
Know that the police, the feds, whoever the hell, they not dumb, right? So what that's called is circumstantial evidence. Now, on top of that, because that looks very fishy, your op gets killed by a dude that's all in pictures with you, that's all affiliated with you. Then days later, you withdraw $40,000 from your account. Not days before, not months before, not months later, but days later. Then they said that the shooter is expected to testify this. So not only do they have circumstantial evidence that, hey, look, it looks like this money was being paid. The shooter about to get on stand and be like, yeah, that money he'll withdraw was for me. Man, Yella Beezy is done, man. Now, this could have been done by pressure behind Mo3. We don't know what Mo3 was doing and saying. A lot of people out there say Mo3 was flat out stepping. You see what I'm saying? Yella and all them, yeah, they might get paid for something. No, Mo3 ain't paying nobody. If he gonna grab a gun, he gonna grab a gun. If he wanna slide, he gonna slide on his own. So I'm willing to believe that Mo3 became such a problem and something happened right before that to where Yella Beezy was just like, get him up out of here. But that's an emotional decision. And an emotional decision, you don't think it all through. Why the hell did you think that these people gonna check your account, bro? Then it's like you just go silent. You know, your music ain't coming up. It's almost like you wanted the police to be like, hey, I did it. I got him killed over here. You feel me? Like, why move like that? Like, why even at the end, the crazy part is Keywan White, the dude that's expected to testify on you, or it might be the other dude, whoever, the brown dude or Keywan White. I believe it's Keywan White, but it could be the other dude. You put trust in these dudes. Man, trust is only as far as money gonna take you. Because why did it have to take money to get them killed? Y'all don't understand something, man. If these dudes really rock with you and the love really real, don't y'all know people will do stuff for free? Don't y'all know people will do stuff off the strength, off loyalty? Y'all do know that, right? Anytime you have any type of transaction and it's financial, Ain't no loyalty in that. So you thinking these dudes gonna keep it solid? No. Okay, that 40,000 was for me to think I ain't get to really do nothing with that little 40K. So is you about to pay my lawyer bills? Is you about to pay? See, the question, yes, because when the money out the window, now it come to real life. Man, Yella Beezy just out here. I'm just in here. You feel what I'm saying?
Very, very true. It's like when the money run out, they gonna be looking like, okay, what's up? And then he was arrested 2 years ago. So he's already been in jail for 2 years and the money done ran out. He needs help for real, for real.
Saying he ain't putting nothing on my books. He ain't putting on my lawyer. I can't get in contact with him through nobody. Man, hold the hell on. What's going? I guarantee that's probably what was going through mine. Man, I ain't finna be out here in jail. And Yella Beezy just out here living his life, and I'm in here for him. And we never had a loyalty bond. It was all off transaction. I didn't kill Mo3 because this was my friend. I love him. Bruh, I'm gonna just do this for you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna ride with you. That ain't what happened here. What happened here is give me some money. All right, I'm gonna do it. Damn, I got caught quick. Didn't get to enjoy the money. I'm sitting here. You ain't looking out for me. You ain't looking out for my family. You ain't got $1 for me. Hey, look, hey, can I plead a deal? Can I strike a deal with y'all, man? Yella Beezy, this was all behind him. They was beefing. He done chased the Mo3, chased Earl Spence on.
And that's exactly what happened. He said, "You ain't gonna help me." I'm telling. And what's up, big sis? And she said, he paid 40 for a hit. That's crazy. And what they are saying is that this wasn't all the money. They're saying Yellow Beezy wasn't the only person that paid. So we got to like wait and see what they're talking about. And Trauma said, "Wowzer is not the sharpest knife in the drawer." You know what? Sometimes everybody can't do everything. Sometimes you're just good at making music, you're good at being famous. That's it. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're good at trying to be in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And then why didn't you hire like some real, not saying that it's okay to do this, but if you're gonna hire somebody, then hire somebody who really actually does that and is a professional. You hiring Pookie and Ray Ray down the block. And sis said, "I wonder who else paid." I know. I'm curious to hear if there's gonna be more names. Yesterday I was listening in, I think it's called Ratchet TV. I was listening, one of the dudes called in and they said, this is all allegedly, they said that Yellow Beezy was an informant. And he said he knew because his brother or um I think it was his brother, his uncle, or maybe his friend was a part of the police force, and they was riding past Yellow Beezy's house, and his brother or his friend told him Yellow Beezy's an informant. But my thing is, I don't know, but that's all speculation. But that's what somebody said. Ooh, sis said could have found Mexican cartel. Yeah, somebody that's like a real. If you are gonna pay somebody, don't you want to pay the most qualified person for the job? Right? I thought that's how it works. Like when you get a job, it's based on your qualifications, right? That's not how this works. And back to what Trauma said, this is not the sharpest knife in, and he said, not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Yeah. And you know what's so sad? He could have been living lavish somewhere, riding in a fast car, making his music and just living his best life. But because he chose to get involved in this whole street life, he had a godlike complex, trying to play with people's lives and make calls. Now he's in jail and hemmed up. And even if he gets bond, that don't mean he ain't going to jail. That just mean he out for now. But he didn't even have to be in this situation. And sis said they got Pookie and Payday would get caught. Or they got Pookie and Ray Ray would get, yes. Why would you get, and then you're in photos with the guy. You're in photos and that guy is in the photos too. So then they could link that person back to you. And then I heard that the photos of the money that he took, because when you get poor people and you give them money, they want to tell everybody. So he took a picture of the money, and I believe it was like in one of Yella Beezy's spots. It's just so much stupidity in this story. It's almost hard to grasp. It's almost hard to even wrap your mind around because there's so much stupidity.
All over the place. He damn near killed while Earl Spitz running, man. Earl Spitz could have kicked Mo 3 ass. Let's be real, man. Why the hell Mo 3 chasing him? Earl Spitz could have pulled over politely, hopped out and kicked Mo 3 ass. So you know why Earl Spitz was running. And it wasn't from no fist, you feel me? So at the same time, everybody, you know, Mo 3, other than nigga, Mo 3 was putting pressure out though. You feel me? Like what you gonna do if you Yella Beezy? If you soft as hell and you know you ain't got no balls about yourself to even find Mo 3 or pull a trigger on him. But every time Mo 3, you see Mo 3, you getting shot all up. Every time you see Mo 3 and his partners, shit happening. And other people, they talk about Mo 3 got a body and it's one of Yella Beezy partners. Now they try to say Mo 3 was the one that shot him up, and Mo 3 was in on the song, basically telling on himself, talking about, yeah, I see him spent out and all that. How the hell Mo 3 know that if he wasn't there? You see what I'm saying? Only Yella Beezy know that. So it do look like Mo 3 shot Yella Beezy ass up because Mo 3 released that before the interview with Yella Beezy where he said, yeah, I had spit out and crashed. So if you Yella Beezy, man, what the hell you gonna do? Wait for this nigga to get you? Hell no. I'm gonna try to get that nigga before he get me, because obviously he tried to get me. So when it comes to like street politics and street rules, I mean, fair is fair. You feel me? But when it comes to Mo 3 fans, Yella Beezy fans, you know Mo 3 fans gonna take up for him. And to you Yella Beezy fans, bro, he's done. He's done. They don't need nothing else. All they need is for Keywan White to go up there and say, listen, he was gonna pay me $40,000. And then they're gonna show them wire transactions. Yella Beezy going to put that. Done. Because the shooter is on the stand telling the jury why he did it. Disgusting, man. I'm talking about lives is gone. Mo 3 has so much talent in the world.
And that's what makes me so upset is I actually liked MO3's music and I liked Yella Beezy. Like I be jamming to them in the car all the time. And it's unfortunate that they pretty much canceled each other out. Over what? You know what I'm saying? Like, over what? It's like all of it could have been avoided. Hey, El Chipo, what's going on? What's going on? We up here chit chatting. We're talking about Yella Beezy gets bomb reduced, Signal app leak, and there is a volcano in Alaska that is ready to erupt. We are going to talk about it. But it was like, I liked MO3 and Yella Beezy's music, and it's unfortunate that they pretty much took each other out, allegedly. Yella Beezy put the hit on Mo3. And Yella Beezy is now probably finna go to jail for a long time because of this situation. And it's like this is why we said we are our own biggest enemy, because it's like you guys just took each other out and there's probably kids involved, but it's like y'all doing the work for them. We're taking each other out.
Yella Beezy's career was on the up before this happened. Keywan White, I have no idea who he is. Kids or nothing. Devin Brown, that's 4 lives destroyed. 1 life gone, 3 other lives destroyed. All over what, man? And then you go back to Roy Lee. Then you go back to certain songs. And all these dudes in pictures together. All these dudes was friends together. It's just disgusting, man. But Yella Beezy, the feds try to say, man, it was at least a $40,000 bounty on Mo3 head. And Yella Beezy went and got that $40,000. That $40,000 period was either part or the whole reward for getting this man killed. Then on top of that, you in pictures and shit with the nigga that killed him. I mean, all eyes on you. No wonder Yella Beezy set back, y'all. I think Yella.
Yes, because if you notice, after that whole situation with Mo3, Yella Beezy was kind of quiet. But it's just like, you can't have it where all the evidence points to you. It's not supposed to be that way. And Enzo said they are supposed to make their music money and get out of the streets for good. Exactly. You know, a lot of people say, or the hustling. You do the hustling, I thought, to get out of the hood. But then once you get out of the hood, stay out the hood. And we are seeing a lot of Black millionaires going down, losing their life, going to jail, and it's sad. It's like, this is why we can't get nowhere, because once y'all make it, y'all still want to play games. And I don't care how big you think you are. And when you start, and I believe in karma. You know, like this, how can you even sleep at night trying to do something like this? It's crazy to me. And as people said, most don't. That's kind of what it's looking like. Y'all heard about the big U indictment going down in Cali right now and all that whole situation. We heard about the Diddy situation, the R. Kelly, just like some people feel like it's all set up that way by design, but I think we need to talk about self accountability because you're not innocent in this. But it's like, why don't they want to get out the streets? Like, what is it? I do feel like people are always attracted to bad stuff, but it's like, dang, your whole life is gonna change now. You were up there, you touched that money, you rubbed elbows with people that were very powerful, and now you're back in the prison system and you're going to be a number. It's a hard fall from the top.
Yella Beezy knew this was coming from day one. We looking like Yella Beezy. Why Yella Beezy? Let me prepare myself, man. Let me go on here prepare myself, man. I ain't in the right mind. I told y'all catching bodies and being behind bodies, man. Everybody think that shit, man. Everybody ain't no perkhead, bro. Everybody ain't no, you feel me, nigga? A lot of people that can handle killing and being with killings and behind killings, man, it come behind a heavy drug addiction, man. I don't care if it's alcohol, lean, perks, fentanyl, whatever the hell you choose. That shit because the human body wasn't meant to endure such acts. You feel me? So you got something called a conscience. You got things called a heart. You got things called feelings. So that it suppressed that, you need drugs. To me, it didn't look like Yella Beezy was just the type of dude that was just druggied all out here. So it looked like he tried to handle what he had going on in the other way. And the other way come from seclusion. You know, you don't want to be in the spotlight as much. Paranoia because you thinking they gonna come. Yella Beezy, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video, man. Let me know y'all thoughts.
And this is King AK-47. He be going live a lot. He does pre-recorded content also, but he is so funny. He do be acting a little crazy right now, but if you know, you know. But it's sad because it's not looking good for Yella Beezy, but you know, you gotta stand on your actions and the choices that you choose to make. And I don't know if Yella Beezy has kids, but I always think about the kids in these type of situations because it's sad. It's like they're gonna lose their dad over something that could have been avoided. And the same thing with Mo3. But I do feel like some of this stuff has to do with karma. If you out here, doing all this reckless stuff, karma is gonna come around. And you gonna end up in jail or in the grave. You know what I'm saying? It's karma. You can't be doing all this bad stuff. Have y'all ever experienced instant karma before where you do something and then like instantly something goes wrong? But it's not looking too good for Yellow BZ, but his bond did get reduced to 75 or 750K. Okay, I don't have the footage, but if y'all saw the grandma on the stand, grandma was standing on business. She was standing on business. Um, okay, so Trauma told you he covers a lot of this stuff in great detail, much better than what we do over here at 907 Goodies. He gonna be up there for hours talking about this. This is in his lane. So if you want to know more about some of the rappers, some of the beef that's going on, check out his YouTube channel because he goes in depth. If that's that word right, I do a little segment and then I move on. But he's gonna have the full scoop, and I believe from that life, so he gonna have the full scoop and tell you everything you need to know about the whole situation. Okay, let me hit y'all with this video, and then we gonna talk about our next point.
Please hold for a very important message.
I'm over here eating, y'all. Okay. So remember how I said I woke up late? So I made me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. This is a new segment that I started, Time for Tea, and I'm trying to do this during the week. And what I will say is I give so much respect to content creators because it is hard doing the show like this every day. And I don't even do this every day. I probably do this 4 times a week. It's difficult. But I'm normally in the kitchen cooking, and last night we made tortellini with the lemon butter sauce, and it was so good. So good. And hey, how are you doing, Drip King? Again. And y'all make sure y'all check out the Drip King. He said I posted my video today. Well, I will check it out. Check it out. Okay. So now we're gonna get into politics. It is time for tea. And we gotta talk about politics. We gotta talk about what's going on out here in the world. Okay, I don't know if you guys have ever used this app called Signal, but it's supposed to be a secure app where it's very secure. There's another word that they use for it, but it's an app, it's secure, and yeah. And then Drip said, could I come up? Okay, Drip. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the link towards the end of the show just because I want to get through this content. I'm in a rush. But I'm gonna drop that link at the end of the show. So I want to make sure I get to the volcano that's about to erupt in Alaska. So I'm gonna drop the link in a little bit. So yes, Signal app is supposed to be a secure app where you can communicate at, but in this case, there was a leak, and the Trump administration was using the app to communicate. And the way that it got leaked was very, very surprising. And we talked about Doge a little bit yesterday. So I have a couple of videos on this. Here we go. You can go with this one. And okay, so Drip King said it was created by the original founder of WhatsApp. Yeah, isn't Signal kind of like WhatsApp? So if you don't, be careful because a lot of scammers will use WhatsApp and Signal because they are secure apps where you have to have that person's number to even be able to contact them. Okay, and so I believe this app happened like a month or two ago. And so they're grilling, I cannot say her name. Okay, yes, it's supposed to be a secure app. And so when something happens, they ask you to come to the Senate and explain yourself. And here's a little bit of snippet from that.
I mean, this was not only sloppy, it not only violated all procedures, but if this information had gotten out, American lives could have been lost. The Houthis had this information and could reposition their defensive systems. So I want to get a little more information about this. Director Gabbard, did you participate in the group chat with Secretary of Defense and other Trump senior officials discussing the Yemen war plans?
Senator, I don't want to get into the specifics.
Ma'am, were you on? You're not going to be willing to address. So you're not, are you denying, Matt, will you answer my question, ma'am? You were not TG on this group chat?
I'm not going to get into the specifics.
So you refuse to acknowledge whether you were on this group chat?
Senator, I'm not going to get into the specifics.
Why are you going to get into the specifics? Is it because it's all classified?
Because this is currently under review by the National Security
Because
Council.
it's all classified? If it's not classified, share the text now.
As the White House previously
Is it classified or non-classified information on this text?
I can confirm.
Director Radcliffe, were you on the group chat?
I gotta say one thing. They be acting so crazy and they be so disrespectful in the Senate, and it's just crazy. They be wilding out, bro. Some of the clips I be seeing.
Senator, I was on a Signal messaging group.
So you were the John Ratcliffe on that chat?
I was.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I provide some context, Senator, to that?
Yes, but I've got a series of questions.
Well, but I think it's important because at the outset, you made a couple of comments about Signal messaging using encrypted apps. So that we're clear, one of the first things that happened when I was confirmed as CIA director was Signal was loaded onto my computer at the CIA, as it is for most CIA officers. One of the things that I was briefed on very early, Senator, was by the CIA records management folks about the use of Signal as a permissible work use. It is. That is a practice that preceded the current administration to the Biden administration.
Director Ratcliffe, I've got a series of questions. If you're making the statement, if you're making the statement, the Signal is a secure channel.
No, can I answer that? It is.
I've got a series of
decryption. So to finish,
I understand encryption.
It is permissible to use to communicate and coordinate for work purposes.
They just be acting crazy. Okay, so Angela said that is Tulsi Gabbard. And what position is she gonna be? I think it's the Attorney General, but I don't want to misspeak. And I am reading an article right now about the timeline of this specific leak. But they don't like the Trump administration, in my opinion. So anything that they do, they're gonna blow it up. Because when Hillary had the whole classified documents and all that she had going on, I don't know if they was acting like this. But I don't know.
Purposes provided, Senator, that any decisions that are made are also recorded through formal channels. Right. So those were procedures that were implemented. My staff implemented those processes, followed those processes, complied with those processes, and finally, just please. So my communications, to be clear, in a Signal message group were entirely permissible and lawful and did not include classified information.
Well, we will
be
make
clear.
that determination, because if it's not classified, share the text with the committee. Let me go on. Director Greg.
Ooh. Ooh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting some text messages. Y'all know I'm a full-time mom. Ooh, he said if it's not classified, show us the text messaging. If it's not classified, show us the text messaging. That's a fair statement. Oh, and I just realized this. That's a fair statement. If ain't nothing wrong, then let us see. So what happened was they had this signal group chat among the Trump administration. They accidentally added a journalist. I don't remember the name of where the journalist worked, but they accidentally added a journalist to the group message. That journalist aired them out, but the journalist is gonna talk. Okay, that's what they do.
Gabbard, you are the security executive and set access guidelines for classified information. Did you contact the defense secretary or others after this specific military planning was put out and say, hey, we should be doing this in a skiff?
There was no classified material that was shared in that
So then if
signal
there was no
chat.
classified material, share it with the committee. You can't have it both ways. These are important jobs. This is our national security. Bobbing and weaving and trying to, filibuster your answer. So please answer the question. If this was Director Gabbard, if this was a rank and file.
Ooh, he took off his glasses. You know it's finna get real. Okay, so I have some dates here to share with you guys. Okay, so hold on, I'm reading this article. Okay, Wednesday, March 26th, full transcript of group chat is released. So today is the 28th. This is all very current. Ooh, okay, so it says, I might just share this article with y'all. We might just read it together. We're gonna come back to this. I'm just gonna share what I'm looking at with y'all, and we all look. I like y'all because y'all nosy like me. I'm just gonna share this with y'all, and we're gonna look at what's going on. So all of this is is very recent. Oh, okay. Y'all know I am a chef first, YouTuber second, so I'm still learning all things. Hit the like button whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. And shout out to my Facebook people. Facebook is actually where I started making content. Was on Facebook, and then I came over to YouTube. But Facebook is where I started, and I've met a lot of amazing people on Facebook. So shout out to Facebook. Okay. Some weird stuff going on here. Hey, no captivity with Freezy. Oh, this is the wrong one. Okay, this is the wrong page I just shared. See, I saw no captivity with Freezy, got excited and clicked the wrong button. But no captivity with Freezy. We up here talking about politics. We talked a little bit about Yella Beezy and the volcano in Alaska ready to erupt. We're going to discuss that very soon here. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe to No Captivity with Freezy. And Freezy, did I talk in the chat yesterday? But I was watching the show. JT had me rolling when he was talking about that man that took his son to prom. I think I was washing dishes, but I was tuned in and watching from the clouds. JT had me rolling. um okay, let me pull up the article. Okay, so there was a Signal app leak, and what happened is that the Trump administration was using the app to communicate. They accidentally pulled in a journalist. I'm showing you guys this article because this is the timeline of the situation. Okay, officials have offered a variety of comments on the fact that a journalist was accidentally included in a high-level chat about U.S. military plans in Yemen. I don't know how presidents and the cabinet normally communicate about, war and things like that, but I do feel like it should be a face-to-face meeting and there should be no text message going on because text can be leaked. Somebody can take a picture of the text. I mean, it's just not really that secure. And hey, BATL, what is going on? ATL, you missed it. We made tortellini pasta last night with the lemon butter sauce. Girl, it was so good. It was so good. I have a picture that I took, but I haven't had time to put it on here yet. I was like, am I hearing the noise? Okay. So, okay, Monday, March 24th, the White House learns about the story. So they accidentally pulled in a journalist to the group chat about war plans. Okay, so March 24th, that's when the White House learned about the story. March 25th, senior intelligence officials face questions on Capitol Hill. That's what we're watching now on YouTube is when they grilled Tulsi Gabbard, and it was, in my opinion, they are mean. March 25th, full transcript of group chat is released. And today is the 28th. So they released the group chat and all that stuff. And March 27th, the senators are still pushing for answers. And that's just pretty much the timeline of where we at. So what we're looking at now is when they was grilling Tulsi Gabbard. Am I saying it right, Angela? They was grilling her. Let's go back and we're gonna watch a little bit of that. And then we're gonna pivot and we're gonna talk about this volcano that's about to erupt in Alaska. And I do live near this volcano that is going to erupt. They don't know when, but they just think it will. So we will see. And I believe my sister is going to watch it live. She said she want to go to the site and I'm gonna be looking at the camera and I'm gonna show that to y'all. But she said she want to go out there and get live footage of it erupting. Yes, turn on the notifications. But yes, ATL, you would have liked that pasta a lot. It was really good. I haven't posted the recipe yet because I woke up late today, y'all. I was sleeping. And Angela, me neither. Me neither.
Intelligence officer who did this kind of careless behavior, what would you do with them?
Senator, I'll reiterate that there was no classified material that was shared in that.
And if there's no classified in materials, share. And then if there's no classified materials, then you can't even answer the question whether you're on the chat. This is strangely familiar, and I think my colleagues will remember, when you couldn't answer the question, is Edward Snowden a traitor? Man, I have serious doubts about anyway. Director Gabbard, I'm going to give you this. Tweeted just.
Ooh, yes. I do have Venmo. Yeah, Super Chat is okay. Any way that you guys can support the channel, whether it's by hitting the like button, subscribing, turning on those notifications. So we are going to be cooking this weekend. I'm gonna be making breakfast. We're gonna have Sunday dinner. I'm gonna have some family over. So we got a lot going on for this weekend. And okay, Angela, I don't know when I'm doing that viral onion boil, but I'm gonna fit that into the schedule for this weekend because I have onions, I have a ton of cheese. I got all the stuff. I'm gonna fit that in somewhere on the weekend. And thank you so much, ATL, for coming through with the $9.99. That is gonna make her the sponsor of the show. I am going to update the banner, and I am also gonna play the money video. But thank you so much. Y'all support this channel, support this channel. Foodiegang, gang, gang. Foodiegang, gang, gang. Oh, thank you so much, ATL. Said support for you, love your content. Such a sweet spirit. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. And I just feel like there's so much negativity in the world. They do not need me. They don't need me. Y'all got it covered on here on YouTube. um, Shout out to BATL, and I don't say the B part because I get confused. So I'm gonna update that banner, and we're gonna go back in, and we're gonna watch a little bit more of them interrogating her. So the transcript was released online. I have not read the transcript, but do y'all think that they really wanted to release it online or they were forced to? I think they were forced. And Angela said, at BATL, thanks for supporting the channel with your generous donation. Yes, and BATL, don't you make content as well? I think I went over there and I subscribed. So y'all check out her YouTube channel. I met BATL because I go to No Captivity with Freezy a lot. And I would never tell you guys to support a content creator that I myself do not watch or I myself don't join the panels. Like all the content creators that I have promoted and I said to go, subscribe, I do watch them. So I have met BATL virtually. I was about to say in real life, but it was virtual. But let's get back into the content and shout out to BATL coming through with the $9.99. Y'all support the show, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. And also follow me on TikTok, y'all. Y'all, TikTok is so funny.
11 days ago, and I'm quoting you. Any unauthorized release of classified information is a violation of the law and will be treated as such. So if this information is classified, what are you going to do?
Senator, 2 points here. First of all, there's a difference between inadvertent release versus
careless and sloppy,
malicious leaks of classified information. The second point is there was no classified information that was on
the information
Signal
committee
group
should
chat.
get that information. Director
And the
Patel,
National Security
Director
Council
Patel,
was
my time's about out,
how
and
this
I'm going to
occurred.
use my 12 seconds that the chairman can. Director Patel, has the FBI launched any investigation of this?
Senator, I was just briefed about it late last night, this morning. I don't have an update.
I would like to get an answer by the end of the day.
Ooh, they want to get the FBI on it. Okay. Y'all, these people be so disrespectful. Like, you're not finna talk to me like that at no job. You're not finna talk to me like that. And BATL said, yes, I did for my Atlanta Falcons. It's the off season, so I haven't done any lately. Thanks. Y'all, they be talking crazy out here. Like, oh man, you gonna get pieced up real quick talking to me like that. You ain't finna talk to me like that. I don't care what's going on. Oh, okay. So I'm looking at BATL's YouTube channel. Let me just pull it up on screen. I'm just gonna pull this up. But that man was so disrespectful. You not finna talk to me like that. You ain't finna talk to me like that. But and okay, so the FBI, the head of the FBI was just what do they call it, sworn into office, and they gave him a really hard time as well when he was, going through. Could you? Okay, so when Trump taps somebody that he wants to put on his cabinet, they have to go through a confirmation process, and during that confirmation process, it gets heated. It really does. It gets heated. Okay, so this is BATL's YouTube channel. And I knew I was subscribed, and I was like, I know I saw that she made content. So, okay. Oh, so it's sports talk. Okay, so all things sports, that is the girl. That's who you want to check out. And I'm gonna drop this link in the chat so y'all can go and support. But all things sports, she is your girl. Okay, after this, we're gonna get into talking about this volcano. So I don't do time for tea over the weekend. I will be back here on Monday though with time for tea. And I do the Saturday Foodie Gang breakfast. I do the Foodie Gang food panel. And it's like, how did I get into all this stuff? I tell you, when you start making content, you will make one video and then it just never stops. Okay, but Foodie Gang breakfast, Sunday dinner, and the Foodie Gang food panel is what we do on the weekends. And then I'm always throwing in like cooking sessions with Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang. I'm always cooking. And then on Monday through Friday, I think I take off Wednesday or Tuesday. Would you be back here with time for tea? She said, thank you so much, 907. Yes, football, I love it. And then here is the link for her channel. Girl, I know they love you down there in Atlanta. I'll be meeting people and they be like, do you like sports? I'm like, no. Sorry to disappoint you, but I really don't. I really don't do sports like that. Okay, so we're gonna get into the hurricane. I mean, I said the hurricane. Okay, so last night on my live, I was talking to 904, I think it's Fat, and he was saying that he lives in Florida and he would rather do the hurricanes versus the volcanoes. And that's why ever since he said that to me, I cannot get the hurricanes off my mind. But he said he would rather do hurricanes versus volcanoes. I don't want to do neither one of them, to be honest. But let me play this video for y'all real quick, and we're going to get into the next.
Please hold for a very important message.
All right. Welcome back to the channel. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share this video with your friends. Shout out to the sponsor of the show, BATL, coming through heavy with that pressure with the $9.99. Okay, y'all. There is a volcano in my backyard that is going to erupt. It's not really my backyard, but it's pretty nearby. And I just learned of this volcano yesterday from my sister, and I have not been checking my emails because I've gotten emails from the school, from the electric company telling us what to do in case the volcano does erupt. Now, I have some videos here. I think I have an article that if we have time, I'll show it to you guys. If not, we will put this on Monday. And Angela said, BATL, maybe I can learn more about sports from watching your channel. I tried. Okay, so when I was I think in like high school, I tried to get into it, but I just couldn't. I tried. So there's a volcano here that's going to erupt soon. I have a couple of videos. Let me get that pulled up. So yes, I have not been checking my emails because in my emails, I have gotten a couple of emails about the volcano and what to do in case it does erupt. Because there are certain precautions that you have to take into account when it does erupt, just because there are deadly fumes and ashes that can come off of the volcano. But I'm gonna let them tell it because they gonna tell it better than me. So let me get that pulled up. Okay, so we are on Volcano Watch, which is crazy. One did erupt when I was younger. It wasn't, I don't think it was close by though. This one is pretty close and pretty big. So this is what the volcano looks like. And honestly, this is like a regular mountain to me. I never would have known that this was a volcano until they told me. But this is how the volcano looks. And you guys know it is winter in Alaska right now. We do not have a ton of snow, but there is a layer of snow covering this volcano, and the snow on the top is starting to kind of melt. And they assume that the lava getting hot. But let me just play the video.
We've moved towards a place where an eruption is more likely, and our language was in the next weeks to months.
And as we come on the air at 5, a Mount Spur eruption is now likely. That's from the Alaska Volcano Observatory. The time frame is anywhere from weeks to months. And tonight, comprehensive Alaska's Weather Source team coverage. The observatory says that the eruption is likely because new magma below the volcano has been detected.
I think the main thing is like not panic. People have lived through ash falls before. I think so just realize that this is a problem that will come to pass. If it comes to pass, it'll have a certain duration, and to not panic.
That was a geophysicist from the Alaska Volcano Observatory explaining what he wants you to know. And here's a live look at Mount Spur right now. Facing your screen is the volcano on your far left. Clouds have been hovering around the top for most of the day. And as the reports show, volcanic gas emissions are increasing and earthquakes near the volcano continue. So take a look at this October 1992 video to understand what we may eventually deal with. AVO scientists say spur eruptions from both 1992 and 53 had similar outcomes. The 1992 eruption ended up covering Anchorage with ash. And let's expand our coverage with Chief Meteorologist Musa Fry. And the AVO says an eruption time frame is not known. And if it happens, so much of this has to do with wind direction.
It really does. Yeah. When that ash cloud goes up, if it does, again, there's still a chance that it does not erupt, looking more likely than not, though, at this point. But when that ash cloud goes up, it really matters where that wind is coming from and how strong the wind is as well. So, again, if you're not familiar with Spur, it's just over 70 miles almost directly to our west. You see it.
Okay, so they're saying it's not going to erupt, but I don't know. I have a video footage of a man that took his plane. I just want to say, if you have a plane, you got to be pretty rich. But he took his plane and flew over Mount Spur, and to give us an inside look of what it really looks like. And so they always want people to not panic. And so they'll be like, don't panic, but this is going to happen.
In the Alaska skyline on those clear days. Now, right now, the winds are coming in out of the north and out of the northeast. So if there were to be an ash cloud today, again, not expected for weeks to come, but if there were, it's likely that that ash would then travel further to the south and further to the west, actually away from Anchorage. So that is a possible scenario on the day if it were to erupt, but also a possible scenario is that that ash is actually pushed directly toward Anchorage, toward Kenai, toward Homer, or toward the valley. And so that's why it is important to start those preparations now, again, preparing for a possible eruption, again, that is likely weeks or months from now. The Alaska Volcano Observatory, they are monitoring this volcano 24/7. They do anticipate that there will be increased activity, additional warning signs before it were to erupt. So again, we would have more time to prepare, but it does remain in that advisory status. Again, they've detected that new magma just.
Yes, y'all, there's a whole volcano that's finna erupt, and then NF said with the shock face, and NF is a really great content creator as well. She is so funny. So Mount Spur is the name of the volcano, and honestly, it looks like a mountain. If you didn't know, if someone didn't tell you it was a volcano, you would never know. And I don't know, volcanoes be looking like mountains, but apparently we have over 130 volcanoes in Alaska. I did not know that. And so it remains in advert, I cannot say that word, status. New magma has intruded Earth's crust. Most likely outcome is an explosive eruption. This is scary, but also pretty fascinating. The last time this erupted was in 1992. I was born in 1993, so I did not witness that one. There was another earthquake that erupted when I was in like 5th grade. And I just remember how smoky it was, how smoky it smelled. And we had to like cover our computers. We had to wear masks. Like, it's like, this is like being in a fire times like 10, because this ash is very harmful if you're breathing in a lot of it. Don't be scared, Liliana. Don't be scared, girl. And she said, best friend, you a bag. I try to be telling people. It's crazy because like I'm young, but I feel so old at the same time because I've been through so much. But yes, your girl really ain't that old. Okay. We're gonna get back into the video, see what else he got to say.
This past week that has intruded the Earth's crust. And that is why it's most likely that an outcome is an explosive eruption. And again, we have much more information on our website. But again, Rebecca, now really the time to prepare.
Absolutely. And of course, Mount Spur's likely eruption means that some state agencies are telling Alaskans to prepare for ash. State emergency management leaders tell Alaska's news source that ash is abrasive and should be avoided on both the skin of yourself and your pets. Also,
Wow, so the ash can't even get on your skin. I didn't know that about that, the skin part. But the ash cannot even get on your skin. This is how Mount Spur looks. It looks like a regular mountain. Like you would never know it was a volcano at all.
impact breathing. Take respiratory precautions now, like getting an N95 mask or face coverings. And if there is ash fall, they say to avoid traveling and exposure. And if there is an eruption again, that after effects are going to be around for a while.
The ash is going to be around for a while, and there's going to be periods where vehicles can kick that ash up, and there may be winds that come through, and that air quality is going to degrade once again. So if there's an eruption, the ash is something that we're going to have to live with for a little bit of time. And so we want people to be aware of the threat, take precautions to protect themselves, but it's certainly something that we're going to have to live with.
The state also says that they do not believe ashfall will severely damage infrastructure or create prolonged air traffic interruptions.
Look at that. So you see all that snow? It's like sinking in. It's crazy. Liliana said, time to come down here with your best friend. We got 2 rooms available for you and Ava, girl. Are you gonna make me some food? Are you gonna make me some food, Liliana? That's what I want to know. And Angela said, folks are going to need to wear masks. Yes, I'm going to have to get some masks, and it's gonna kind of be like uh COVID-19 a little bit again. She said, of course, I'm not gonna let you starve. Okay, I'm putting in my order right now. I want some beef tacos with some homemade salsa. And them salads you be making, I want that. But this is I did not know this about the ash, like how it's gonna stick around for so long.
On our website and mobile app, we'll link you to the state's webpage.
So there we have it. That is that video. Oh, I hit the wrong button. That's that video. I'm gonna show you guys this video on Facebook where this man took his plane and flew over Mount Spur to really get a look at how things look. And Liliana said, I just made beef burritos today. Ooh, I also want some lasagna. You just be, I just want to taste all your food, girl. Whatever you make me, I ain't gonna complain. Whatever you make me and whatever you give me, I ain't gonna complain. No, I'm not. Look, I'll cook for you too. I'll cook for you too. You cook one meal, I'll cook another one. And we go back and forth. And we go back and forth. Okay, I'm hitting the wrong buttons a whole bunch of times. Okay, so now we're gonna go over to Facebook and we're gonna look at this man who took his plane and flew over Mount Spur. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this as big as possible for you guys. But when you own a plane, you are doing well in life. When you own a plane, you are doing good in life. Okay, is that big enough for y'all? Can y'all see that? Okay, let's get into it. Let's see. So you can see this is in the top of the mountain. Look at that. This is the top of Mount Spur. And it looks like what is happening is that the volcano is so hot, it's starting to melt the snow. The volcano is so hot, it's starting to melt the snow. And I'm just gonna mute this video because I don't know if there's talking in here or if there's music. Just gonna mute it. But this is the inside look of Mount Spur. So you see all the smoke and all the clouds or the smoke from it. These are so it's hot and it's bubbling. But hey, this it is kind of beautiful at the same time. But what's weird is like it's a mountain, but the top is kind of like starting to cave in on itself. It's what it looks like. Let me play that for y'all again. But look at that, and you can see like the smoke is kind of like grayish, kind of blackish. I wonder what that stuff is, but it's like it's melting the snow. It's just a very cool like view. And I wonder for his aircraft, was it because like that smoke is going into the aircraft. So I wonder if maybe that's why he didn't get too close. I don't know. But he took the perfect video. He took the perfect video. I believe there's some more. These are some pictures. So those are some pictures. But you see like that liquidy looking stuff? I wonder what that is. Someone said it looks really sulfurous down there. Y'all, it's going down. It's going down. I have another hold on, I got another video. Getting that pulled up. I'm gonna play this one. Okay, y'all, here we go. Here we go. I got another video on this whole volcano about to erupt, or they're predicting may erupt, may not. They've already sent out a couple of notices about what to do in case it does erupt.
Well, right now, scientists are monitoring Mount Spur in Alaska. This is video from the last time it erupted in 1992. Shallow earthquakes in the area are causing it to spew gas. The Alaska Volcano Observatory said it could erupt in the next few weeks or months. If it were to erupt, it would mostly hit uninhabited wilderness areas, but it could affect air travel and air quality in Anchorage, which is about 80 miles away. And Brian, we know we've been monitoring our own volcanoes back here in Washington. And you start talking about that activity, you just wonder when one's going to blow.
I know, exactly. And we should give fair warning, of course. You know, we did with St. Helens as well. But always, yeah, we got a lot of volcanoes right along our mountain range here. So we'll be watching that. The folks who take care of that will be as well.
So that was the footage of when it erupted in 1992. And that is a lot of
In
smoke,
Anchorage,
a lot of
which is about
ash.
80 miles away. And Brian, we know we've been monitoring our own
Like, just look at that cloud. And all of that smoke and all that ash is not good for you. So hopefully it doesn't erupt like this again, but I think it's best to prepare yourself for every situation so that you're kind of like not in the dark, like kind of like prepared. So there we have it. There we go. And one of the interesting things that I read about was that Doge was going to close the Alaska Volcano Observatory. They were going to terminate the lease that they were going to terminate the lease and they work in that building. But then when the volcano was getting ready to erupt, they kind of backpedaled on that, on closing that office because they see that it is needed. But I would say this, we have so many volcanoes in Alaska that I don't think it makes sense to close the Alaska Volcano Observatory. It doesn't. It don't make no sense. Unnecessary and all that. But let me play this video for y'all real quick.
Please hold for a very important message.
Okay, so time for tea. Season 3, episode 190. We just have been chugging along. Yeah, we have just been chugging along. Okay, I have about 30 minutes left. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to come up and share their thoughts on everything that we talked about. Yella Beezy gets bond reduced it went from $2 million to $750,000. There was a Signal app leak. So the Trump administration is using the Signal app to communicate. And what they did was they accidentally pulled in a journalist. So they pulled in someone who wasn't supposed to be there. And that journalist then went and told everybody that he knew about it, and I really don't blame him. And then there's a volcano in Alaska that they are predicting will erupt very, very soon. So we got a lot going on. We got a lot going on. We got a lot going on. And shout out to the sponsor of the show, BATL. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Let me see if I have any more videos I want to share with y'all. Okay, so this is some of Yella Beezy's video when he was in court yesterday. We have a little bit of time left to play it. We might have to fast forward to the grandma part because she was up there acting. Grandma was standing on business.
Are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. You all need a couple minutes of time?
We've already talked about it.
Great. Sir, if you'll stand for a second. This is cause number F25-00154. style of the state of Texas versus, is it Marquise Conway?
Marquise Conway.
Okay, Marquise Conway. Mr. Conway, you are here charged with the offense of capital murder while remuneration. This offense is a capital felony. You talked to your attorney about what's happening here today.
Yes, ma'am.
This case is set for a bond reduction hearing. What is the current bond, or is there a current bond?
Current bond set at $2 million, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. And your attorneys are here today asking the court to reduce your bond. You understand that's what this hearing is about?
Yes,
Okay, all right, have a seat. Is the state ready to proceed?
The state's ready, Your Honor.
State may proceed.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would offer into evidence for the purposes of this hearing, State's Exhibit number 1, which is the PC or probable cause affidavit for Kewan White. That's K-E-W-O-N, White, common spelling. State's Exhibit number 2, for purposes of this hearing, would be the probable cause affidavit for Devin Brown. State's Exhibit number 3 is going to be a video of the offense. State's Exhibit number 4 are going to be the bond conditions that were placed on the defendant, in this case on March 21st of 2025. State's Exhibit number 5 is going to be the PSA weighted scale score that was given by Dallas County Pretrial Services on March 25th of 2025. And then State's Exhibit number 6 will be the financial, confidential affidavit of financial condition that was filled out by the defendant. That's State's Exhibit number 6.
No objection, Your Honor.
State's Exhibit 1 through 6 are admitted.
And we'd ask the court to take just judicial notice of the probable cause affidavits and having been able to review them prior to this proffer.
So noted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Based off of an agreement with defense for the purposes of this hearing, I will also proffer the following information. To start, before I forget, the state did run a complete criminal history of the defendant, including both juvenile, misdemeanor, and felony criminal history. That information was ran yesterday. The court may notice that in State's Exhibit number 5, the PSA from Dallas County Pretrial Services, that there is an affirmative when asked about prior convictions. I believe it specifically mentions felonies. I will represent to the court based off of all the information and reviewing all of the evidence that we have at this time. The state can find no prior misdemeanor convictions or prior felony convictions for the defendant, either as a juvenile or as an adult in the state system or the federal system. We would also proffer the following information, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of skip around here. This is they're about to show the actual footage of when MO3 was gunned down.
Permission to publish, Your Honor.
Yes. You don't want the lights off?
It's at the court's discretion.
Oh.
And Your Honor, this is just for context. This is approximately noon on I-35 heading northbound. This video is taken from a Kroger 18-wheeler, and this is heading north I-35 into downtown Dallas on noon on November 11th, 2020. Now, Your Honor, if I could draw the court's attention, if you look on I've stopped this video at 19 seconds. You see a gold sedan in the far left lane and a black sedan in the second lane to the left. The gold sedan will be the vehicle carrying the victim, and the black sedan is the vehicle driven by Kewan White, who is then the shooter, based off of the evidence we have.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're gonna see Mo 3 get out the car and that black car stop too. I just want to say this is done on the highway. They're traveling at very high speeds and fast speeds. And I wonder if they were shooting at him while MO3 was in the car. Like, how did he know that they were after him? I think they were shooting at him. And then he's trying to get to the passenger side because that's where he had, his piece at. This is a crazy situation.
Your Honor, I'm going to stop this at 1 minute and 37 seconds. The victim does not return into the frame. The only other things that the state would like to proffer as far as this bond hearing, since the court does not have a probable cause affidavit, of course, since it's a grand jury referral, defendant Kewan White was also indicted. You do have his murder probable cause affidavit from 2020. He was also indicted at that same time in cause number F21-75377 for Dr. Randall Graham, who also sustained injuries, a neurosurgeon who was heading north on I-35 that day and was struck as well. However, he did survive. And finally,
What? I did not know that. So during that attack, slaying, whatever you want to call it, there was a neurosurgeon that was hit by a straight bullet. I never knew that. That's crazy.
Your Honor, the last thing that I would proffer at this time would be that there were a total of 44 fired cartridge casings, all from the same style of firearm as far as the caliber that were recovered on the freeway on November 11, 2020. And at this time, Your Honor, state arrest.
The defense.
Judge, this time we call Ms. Alexander to the stand.
Now raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that in all matters before the court, you will tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? You may be seated.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes.
Ms. Alexander, could you introduce yourself to the court and spell your
Okay, so this is the grandma, and this is the part I really want y'all to see. Grandma standing on business from what I seen.
last name for the court reporter?
Yes, my name is Alma Jean Alexander, Alexander. I'm Marquis' grandmother.
Ms. Alexander, are you currently employed?
No, I retired from Dallas County in 2014.
Now, when you tell the judge you retired from Dallas County in 2014, what was your occupation?
Deputy clerk.
And just for the record, a deputy clerk, what does a deputy clerk do?
Process paperwork from the attorneys for the judge. Basically handle the paperwork for the courts.
And this is the building that you were employed, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And back in the clerk's room where in the old days, we had a lot of paperwork. Lawyers would take the file, take it back to the clerk. You would handle the file stamps and put all the papers into the file
And type up the judgments.
Type up the judgments. Can we back up a little bit? Just tell the judge a little bit about where were you born and when did you move to Dallas County?
I was born in Washington, Arkansas. I moved to Dallas County when I was 11. So I've been here like 63 years.
And being Marquise's grandmother, could you explain the dynamics of your family as far as where are they located and how many grandchildren do you have and where does Marquise fall in the family relationship?
Okay, Marquise was my first grandson, first grandchild. I have 11 grandchildren and 8 great-grands. Of course, Marquise being the first grandchild, we were always close because you're excited with your first grandchild. So you try to do everything you can and instill in them good values. He's been a godsend to a lot of his family members. He helps everybody in the family. I know it's hard sometimes because when you have people pulling on you and you just trying to stretch money, you know, it doesn't always pan out. But he's always helped whenever needed. He's just been.
Let me interrupt you just a minute. When you say, let's just go back a little bit. Did he go to public schools here in Dallas County?
Yes, he did.
Was he born and raised here in Dallas County?
Yes, yes, he was.
And does he currently work here in Dallas County?
Yes, he's an entertainer.
Okay, and as an entertainer, so we can explain to the court, what type of entertainment does he do?
Music.
And has he done well in his music career?
Yes.
And in the music career, you have a persona, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And it's a persona out there for your career is different within the family fold, is that right?
Right.
Him being your grandson, did he go to church here in Dallas County?
Yes, he went to church with me often. That was one of my requirements when he'd spend the weekend.
And how often do you talk and have a relationship with Marquise?
When he's in town, 2 or 3 times a week. When he's out of town, sometime once a week.
His relatives, are they here in the courtroom today?
Yes.
And is his mother back there in the courtroom?
Yes, she is.
Okay, and for the record, could you just tell is that Miss Kimberly Rush?
Right.
Is his family here? Are they all here in Dallas County or Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex?
Vicinity, yes.
Are you here to just tell the judge he has sufficient ties to this community?
Yes, he does. He does.
Now, as far as, does he have any children?
Yes, he has 2 sons.
And how old are his children?
5 and 7.
Is he, have you observed him being involved in his children's life?
Yeah, we go to football games for the little ones all the time. He's always got them in sports.
Okay, so he's out there in the community coaching up his sons and other kids that play on the football team.
Yeah, I call him the Joe Jackson of the sports.
You call Joe Jackson being Marquise?
Yeah. Joe Jackson was Michael Jackson's father. You know how he pushed them to be great and good. So I said that's what he's trying to do with his boys.
I'm glad you cleared that up. There's other Joe Jacksons, but yes, I can get that Joe Jackson would be well involved in his family. So
Yeah.
you're telling the judge he's from Dallas County, significant ties, and he's involved with his family. As far as you're aware that he is been arrested for this charge.
Yes.
Of payment for hire for a murder. And this happened back in 2020. You're aware, you saw the video and you heard the prosecutor talk about
Yeah, on Facebook.
Their version of the facts.
Right.
How long has he been in jail?
Oh, 8 days since last Thursday.
The bond set at $2 million. Has he been able to post that bond and get out of jail?
He's still sitting here. No, he hasn't.
We're asking the court for a $250,000 bond based on, do you believe that Mr. Conway could post a $250,000 bond.
I'm pretty sure we can get it together.
And are you telling us, court, that he's not able to post a $2 million bond?
No, it's not.
That's the witness.
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Ms. Alexander.
Good morning.
My name is Tommy Adams. If you have any questions with my questions, if I don't form them in a good way, please just ask me to repeat myself and I will do so, okay?
Okay.
I appreciate you being.
Okay, my mic was muted. Okay, I do have to run. I may play a little bit more of that on Monday. And Drip, I do see you down there, but I gotta get up out of here. On Monday, I promise I will have more time and I will drop the link. But I gotta go. I gotta go do my mommy duties. So I will drop the link on Monday and have you guys come up and talk. And I'll have more time on Monday because Monday I don't have a busy schedule. But shout out to BATL for coming through with the sponsorship. This is the first video that we did on Yella Beezy and MO3, giving you guys kind of the backstory. I am sure by Monday there's going to be more breaking developments in this case because we have the whole weekend and one of the suspects was identified. And I'm sure that they have a manhunt going on right now for that person. And Drip, I'm so sorry. Drip said, okay, no problem. I'm so sorry, Drip. I gotta go. I didn't schedule right today. Um, check out the content creators that I mentioned during the show. And thank you guys all so much for watching and tuning in. I'm gonna hit y'all with the outro video. Check out my Facebook. And if you're on Facebook, go ahead and join my food group. Foodiegang fan page. Shout out to BATL, the sponsor of the show. And if you're watching on the replay, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. Have a great day, you guys. Stay prayed up, blessed up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for breakfast on YouTube. On YouTube at 907 Good Eats, we're gonna have breakfast. And weekends are pretty much dedicated to YouTube. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, I don't know what you're doing. We're gonna have the family here on Sunday. We're gonna have the Foodiegang food panel. So we got an action-packed weekend. I'll see y'all next one. I'm out of here. You already know who it is. Kids and Talk with Chef Big Bank. 907 Good Eats on YouTube and Facebook. I'll see y'all next one. Foodiegang, gang, gang. 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 This is Chef Big Bang. Thank you so much for watching at 907 Good Eats.